guys, so I am 35 weeks and 4 days today. Yep. So, by the way, I am obviously facing a different direction. I'm still in the baby's room. I just don't have good natural light today, and so I wanted the lights on, so I'm facing inward so that the lights will be better on my face. So hopefully it works. It just wasn't very good where I normally sit, which is right over there. So anyway, basically, I have been procrastinating on doing this vlog because things keep happening and I keep wanting to wait until they happen. But then I decided I'm going to vlog now anyway, and then it'll just be a continuation story next week because I have the feeling things might just keep happening. And in that case, you know, we gotta just vlog when the time is right, and then things will just keep happening, and every week there'll be more to it. So I'll just, and plus I have plenty to talk about this week, so I'm just gonna go in and talk about that stuff, and then next week I'll just follow up on it. So, and by the way, I'm out of breath because I'm trying to sit here and it's all squishing, and I'll just lean back and kind of make some space. Okay, so I went in yesterday for a regular doctor's appointment, and since they count me a couple days ahead of what I count myself as, it was my 36-week appointment. And so I went in, and it was the first time we were going to do like the internal check to see if anything had been progressing. So I was really excited about that. I really thought that was going to be like the main thing about the appointment. But that was actually very uneventful. I guess a few things had kind of started, but no dilation yet or anything. So nothing much there. It was really quick. It was not a big deal. I had read it was painful, but it wasn't painful to me. It was just real quick and done. So nothing much to report there. But then he was feeling my stomach, like what they do, and he basically said, I think this baby is breech, which means head up. And this completely took me by surprise because the last two appointments, my 32-week and my 34-week, they had told me she is head down and she needs to be head down for labor. And so I had completely gone with it. They had told me which lumps and bumps and everything was what. They said where the head was, and here's the butt and here's the back. And I had 100% just gone with it because they actually said it with a lot of confidence. It was a quick feel each time, and yes, this is good, we're ready to go. So I hadn't even had a doubt. It hadn't been like one of those, well, maybe this is the head sort of things. It was just for real. They were convinced that she was head down. So now this doctor said that that completely was not the case, and apparently the lump that we thought was her butt was actually her head or something. So I don't know who's wrong and who's right, but it's a very annoying situation because it really changes things. If she is head up and she stays that way, then we cannot deliver her normally. We have to schedule a C-section. So that's a big deal. So today I have to go in and get an ultrasound and find out what position she's in. And if she is breech, we will have to try to flip her. And there's one way to do that. If I had found out at 32 weeks that she was breech, I might have had alternatives, which is also why it's frustrating to me. Because I went in, I had a check done, and somebody could have told me, if I had had a different doctor, could have told me, your baby's breech. And maybe I could have changed that because there's stretches and positions for women that are a little bit less far along to flip the baby. At 36 weeks, there's not much chance that you're gonna flip your baby. It just is so close to term. And most babies aren't breech anymore at this point, and so it just, ruins those chances. So the only thing I really have left is for the doctors to manually try to flip her at this point. So I'm trying really hard to wait until the ultrasound to see, because somebody's wrong. And it could be this doctor, it could be the 2 doctors before him. I don't know. But he seemed pretty concerned, because I actually went and said, well, this is what these other doctors have said. This is why they've said it. This is, you know, all the reasons that I think that I've been thinking she's head down. And he said, I know that they've told you that, but I'm concerned about it. So I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know which doctor has like more experience or who to trust. And it's just making it even more difficult. But in one sense, it does shine a light on why it's good to have multiple doctors, which I'm still not for, but it does, you know, if my main doctor, my only doctor had been whichever doctor is wrong in this situation, then I would have been stuck with that. And, you know, if she was breech, they might not have caught it until the birth, which would be way more stressful. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's annoying and it's a mess, and I really don't want to go in for the manual flipping. It's not a comfortable process. It's not a quick, easy thing. It is actually quite the event, and from what I've seen and read about it, it doesn't look very fun, but I mean, it's probably still better than having a C-section, but then the success rates are only about 50%, and that's just for the people that are, you know, in a good position to have this done. And I don't even know, like, if she is breech, she might be in a funny breech position, or there might be a reason why she's in breech position, which could completely even make it impossible to even try to flip her. So I just feel like my options are very low at this point, and it didn't have to be that way, because I know she hasn't flipped in the last couple weeks. I know the same lumps and bumps are where they've always been. And so, I don't know. I'm going on and on about this, but it just is really frustrating to me. Not that I'm against a C-section if that's what has to happen. I'm really not. I just would prefer to have had all my options open. And I do prefer that she get born naturally, if that is a possibility. If it's risky, no, but, you know, I would have liked to have done everything I could to try to flip her. I'd like to be able to go in and try to give birth naturally. And then if that doesn't work, then I would have wanted to go with a C-section. But now it's almost like all those things have been stripped away, and it's going to have to be a C-section unless this one thing works out. So anyway, we're not even sure she's breech. We'll find out today, and then it'll be in next week's vlog. So that is basically what I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to go into all the other things this week. There hasn't been much symptom-wise, and getting ready-wise, we're basically done. So that stuff that's just not on my mind right now. All I can think about is what today is going to bring. But another fun thing, I'm gonna talk about the fun things that are happening today. So we're having a baby shower at Steve's work, which will be fun. We get to have cake and hang out with people and do all that. So that's going to happen after the ultrasound. So hopefully I'll still be in a happy party mood at that point. So we'll see. And people keep texting me when the ultrasound is, like my friends and family. So yeah, that's gonna happen today. And then the other thing that I'm really trying to see as a positive is the ultrasound, because I get to see my baby, and I haven't seen her since 19 weeks. So she's going to be big and chunky, and maybe I get to find out like how much she weighs right now. I don't know, like maybe we'll see if she has any hair. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes you can. Maybe we'll get to check if she's still a girl, because I have heard stories. So I'm, you know, I'm pretty convinced she's a girl, but my mom has her doubts on certain days. So we could have a check and see that, make sure that she still is. But she's gonna be huge, and that's gonna be neat to see, even if she's the wrong way around, you know, just because I didn't think I would get to see her until she was born. So in that sense, I'm gonna try to look at that as a positive outcome of this. So anyway, that's basically all I'm going to talk about for this week. I will update about it next week, and I don't know where we'll be, because we'll either be going to try to flip her, or we will have great news and she'll be the right way around and the doctor will have been wrong, or worst case would be that she is breech, and in a certain way or for a certain reason, that means that she's just gonna have to be delivered. So we will see. I will let you know. So that's it for week 35. I will see you all again shortly for week 36. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.